If you are a fan of Married at First Sight, our guest this morning needs no introduction. She's a good friend of the show. We're so happy to see her today. It's Dr. Viviana Coles, relationship and intimacy expert, who's based here in Texas, joining us today to talk about what's new. Dr. Viviana, so good to see you.
It's good to see you too. It's been a while since I've been here, but I'm always so excited to be at Studio 512.
Thank you.
I don't know that y'all know this, but I graduated from Southwestern University just north of here in Georgetown. So
I didn't.
Go Pirates! Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And George, I mean, that was smaller back then.
I feel so old. Yes. Like this used to be a field, and I'm not kidding. Yeah.
Well, how cool is that?
Very
Well, we're happy to have a local grad hanging around. Remind us, if you would, about what it is you do and why you're so passionate about it.
Yeah, so I'm a doctor of marriage and family therapy. I'm also a certified sex therapist. So in my private practice, I see clients from all over for coaching, but in my private practice, I'm mainly working with couples who are having intimacy issues, both physical and emotional. So like my thing is I love to help couples reconnect. That's my passion. I've been doing this for over 20 years and continue to come up with fun ways to help people do that and talk to amazing people like yourself about how to keep that love alive. And it keeps families alive. So
yeah, it's true because that's the seed. That's where it starts.
Super rewarding. Yeah.
I'm going to put you a little bit on the spot here. What's the number one complaint people come into you with?
It's called desire discrepancy, which is just another way of saying...
I know exactly what you mean.
So somebody's just a little bit wanting more than the other, and they want to stay together, and they want to be happy, and they want to have that for the long term, and they don't know how to get it. Mm-hmm. Life be lifing, and it just gets in the way, and they need help to say, how can we even talk about these things? Because it's so personal.
Yes.
It absolutely is. And for so many, it's very taboo.
Yes.
So talking to a professional like myself, I kind of make it easy and approachable and fun. And my clients say I'm super direct, but I'm also really heartfelt, and they can tell that I really care. So it goes really well.
Yeah, and I think from watching Married at First Sight, you can pick that up.
Thanks.
You are cutting to the heart of the matter, but you're doing it with warmth. Absolutely.
With a smile.
With a smile. Okay. Talk to us actually a little bit about that time, if you would. You did, 6 seasons?
6 seasons of Married at First Sight and 1 season of Married at First Sight Unmatchables, which was so much fun. Y'all check it out. It's all over the place. But yeah, I really enjoyed my time as the intimacy expert on Married at First Sight and loved how real and raw and quick paced it was. It was just right up my alley, and then it was time to get going with my book and helping people in a different way.
Yeah, you said your creativity just kind of burst out, and so
Absolutely.
we had to move on to different things.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so you've written a new book. People can see it there on screen, The 4 Intimacy Styles. What are we talking about here?
Okay, the 4 intimacy styles is the answer to, we know our love languages, the 5 love languages. If you don't know them, you've been under a rock, but so amazing. But what about sex? This is the answer, the 4 intimacy styles. And it is a different concept. It's coming from, again, at that point, 15 years of practice, working very, very primarily with couples who just cannot get it together when it comes to bedroom stuff. And so this is the answer to really figuring out how you can stay happily satisfied in that physical connection forever.
Wonderful. Okay, so you said you'd at least give us a little sneak peek
Yeah.
of each of the styles.
There are
so
4,
The very first one is bonding.
Bonding. So these are the people who experience emotional connection and emotional intimacy through physical intimacy, through sex. So those are the people that are really experiencing so much more than just the physical. And a lot of people might think I don't understand that. How can you have the physical without having the emotional?
Sure.
But I would say in couples, it's usually 50-50. Somebody needs to have the emotional to get to the physical, and somebody needs to have the physical to get to the emotional. And we cannot judge them. That is just the way it is. So a lot of you are probably that's me, and I don't know how to talk about it. I'll help you do that. With the 4
I was going to say, I
styles.
think you've got people off camera nodding at home right now. Okay, but what about the style of release?
So release, those are the people who really, their motivation for any sort of intimate encounter like that physically is to release tension, to experience the pleasure, their intimacy. They're all about that euphoric feeling that you get through the act of physical intimacy. Mm-hmm. And they're all about it, and they're always seeking it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like you're saying something without saying something. Always seeking it. Okay.
Well,
I'm reading between
that's
the
what
lines.
they get out of it, really.
Just a little bit there. Okay, how about giving?
Okay, so giving, those are the people who would tell you it's all about you. Mm-hmm. I get so much connection and feeling like I am it in your world by doing things and giving you pleasure. So it's all about me doing things for you and me feeling like, oh, this feels good. This is connecting us.
That is a really interesting style that I wouldn't necessarily have thought of. Okay, we've got the last one, responsive.
So we know what you're not.
I know.
And responsive. So these are the people who get the bad rap of, they think, oh, I'm just not a sexual being. We are all sexual beings. We express it in different ways. So responsives tend to not really think about anything as far as physical intimacy until their partner brings it up as something that they'd like to do. And then they're like, oh, okay, yeah. But it always feels like they're jumping in and out of that sexy space. It's not just something that lives within them most of the time. So they always feel like, oh, it's like cold to hot. It's very like on and off. They also get the bad rap of maybe thinking something's wrong with them. No, there's nothing wrong with you. You just are responsive. And the key to lasting physical intimacy is to round out your intimacy style by trying to get 25% of each of these in nearly all or all sexual experiences. That way you can be sure that you and your partner are set.
So we're not just in a rut. We can, there is some growth that's available here.
Lots of growth.
Unfortunately, we're in our last minute. I want to encourage everybody, you can take the quiz online about the 4 intimacy styles. So learn a little bit more about it there. But you also wanted to give a little sneak peek to our viewers. So I wanted to make sure we mentioned that.
Ta-da, I have a couples intimacy kit that is not launched. This is just for y'all, exclusive. You can check it out at drviviana.com.
So it looks like a book.
Y'all, there's so much fun in this. Learn how to use this. And that's the point, is that I do teach people how to do these fun things and keep that spark alive through fun couples and intimate things. And don't forget to use Studio 512 when you're online, because I want to give y'all 20% off. Today is National Book Lover Day. I want you to get it today. And you know what? I'll extend it through the weekend.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you for that. It's shaped like a book, so we're going to count it for Book Lovers Day.
That's right.
And we are so grateful for you, Dr. Viviana.
Thank
you
you
so much for your expertise, as always. Dr. Viviana loves to help couples reconnect, as she said. Use code STUDIO512 for 20% off all the products on her website, as she said, extended through this weekend. Learn a little bit more online right now at drviviana.com.